Welcome to WOWworthy with EmmaM Online Marketing Team Edition. Every Tuesday, this is your place to be to come together as a marketing team to keep up to date on everything happening in Facebook land, complete a Facebook Blueprint learning module, and get insights on how to apply that learning for your multi-location brand. Great morning to our live viewers. Be sure to say hi in the comments and please ask away. This is your show, one that you're helping us to build over time. In prep for the show each week, I do play music, and this morning's music was generated by Queen. Leave a comment below. I'd love to know if you've seen the new movie because we're getting more and more repeat viewers. Thank you all for coming back each week. And while this is your show, the Marketing Team Edition is brought to you by SocialSurvey. And man, this team wowed on the weekend with their 2-day holiday celebration as they participated in everything from collaborative painting, went into detective mode as a team in an escape room, and shared the joy with White Elephant. We all deepened our camaraderie and love for what we do and who we get to do it with. And we know that our client partners will benefit from that collaboration in 2019. And so many wow moments were created over the last few days. And in this episode, we are going to dive deep into how you can wow your customers. We're going to have a look at the moments that matter for multi-location marketing teams. Let's have a look at who's saying hi in the comments already. Good morning, Clay. So to the moments you make today. Yes, let's make some moments on this event. Good morning, Tori. How are you this week? What are you up to over the Christmas break? Let's wait a moment, see if anyone else is going to join us before we kick off. Can anyone else believe that it's December? It's ridiculous. Good afternoon, Matt White. Yes, it's afternoon where you are. And talking about Matt White, we chose his question to review today, so let's go into that. So the question that Matt asked last week after watching all of these episodes was this: in Facebook Business Manager, how do I tie my locations to establish business pages? If anyone has set up in Facebook Business Manager, you would know that sometimes it's a little bit tricky to know what to do when. So let's review how to tie your locations to establish business pages. Let's walk through it. I want to make sure that the screen's caught up. So in Facebook Business Manager, if you've already allocated and brought in all of your social assets, as in your brand assets on Facebook, Instagram, and Ad Manager, and then your location, Facebook, Instagram, and Ad Manager, and then your individual frontline team members and all of their Facebook, Instagrams, and Ad Managers if they have them. So let's review this a little bit further. This is Facebook Business Manager. On the right here, under Assets, you've got Business Locations. That is where you want to pair your locations with actual locations in Facebook Business Manager. Next, you've got options. You actually have to choose your main page first. So that is actually your brand page. So that's your head office, headquarter page. Then you can add your locations if you don't have any yet, and you can start using local ads. So let's get started. As I said before, there we go. Create your main page. So you want to choose your main page so that you can start creating a hierarchy for Facebook. Next, you've got some options. I just want to make sure that the page catches up to the speech. There we go. Okay, now you've got some options. You can either manually add locations, You can upload locations all at once using a CSV template, or you can migrate existing page. Now, you may already be admin on some of your location assets, and you may have locations that aren't set up in Facebook at all. So here you have a choice to do both. Once you've done that, when you go back to Facebook Business Manager, you'll see a nice hierarchy there, similar to the SocialSurvey hierarchy. Does anyone have any questions about that? Now, you may think, I have 300 locations, this is all very complicated, but as you can see, Facebook will walk you through step by step. So Matt, you're on live. Please let us know in the comments, as long as that makes sense for you. Great morning, Erin. I'll just wait a moment to make sure that that answered Matt's question for us. Let's just check in on our live audience. Okay, so that's a wrap of what our number one question was from last week. If you're just joining us, this is episode 8, Moments That Matter. Good morning, Chrissy. Today's show is for the CMO, the marketing mechanic, and the social media manager in your brand marketing team. We will dive in soon, but first, let's hear from the Facebook newsroom. Just like the last few weeks, not a lot has happened in the Facebook newsroom. Let me just add this to the screen for you so you can catch up. So in Facebook news over the last week, they really focused on their year in review and highlighted some of the items that mattered to their audience, so everyone on Facebook. They noticed a huge uplift in the voices heard around the world about issues that matter to them. There was International Women's Day, March for Our Lives back in February about violence in schools, civic engagement around the world. There was also big community events, think the World Cup, the Super Bowl, and of course the royal wedding. And then finally, people came to Facebook to honor prominent figures who have had a significant impact around the world, such as Nelson Mandela. It was 100 years since he was born, and then keeping legacies alive with, unfortunately, many influential and inspirational people either passing on or doing some amazing things in 2018. They also launched your year in review as of yesterday. So you may have seen a notification on your Facebook and also on your customers' Facebook's newsfeed that they would have noticed as well, an option for them, for Facebook, to create a year in review video for them. This has been extremely popular, and I'd love to, if you tag us in yours, we'd love to see some of your moments. Woo. Erin, you got a shout out. I'm just coming back. Makes sense. Benefits of setting up locations. Branches already have pages in Biz Manager. Great question, Matt. So as we wrap up Facebook news, I'll just jump back to the locations discussion that we just presented, in that the benefits of setting up locations, there's a lot under your brand page. It will show up under locations and will provide a link to all of your location pages. It's also great for SEO. Okay, so that's the main reasons for setting up and tying your pages to locations underneath your brand page. Does that make sense? If you could comment below, just so I know that that makes sense, and then we can dive into our training for the week. So while Facebook focused on celebrating the moments this week, we are also going to talk about the moments that matter. So let's dive into it. Let's talk about the platform at the moment. And it looks like my internet just died. Okay, so as marketers participating in arguably the most important medium shift in marketing since the first television ad for, wait for it, Belova watches in 1941. Mobile has delivered us from a mass media world to a personally relevant one, from a world in which marketers would buy TV, magazine, and radio ads as a way to reach people based purely on context, to a world in which marketers can reach individuals based not just on demographics, but also on passions, behaviors, interests, and so on. It's driven the shift from a world of appointment-driven media ruled by rigid 15, 30, and second frameworks to a world of anytime, anywhere media. And thanks to mobile, we're moving from fewer, bigger, longer moments manufactured by the media and marketing industry. Moments that used to be like soap operas, the Seinfeld finale, and pivotal sports games, to a time when people are manufacturing and consuming their own and each other's moments en masse. Every minute, every day, 365 days of the year. From meals to memes, from first steps to first jobs, and from moving on to moving up, millions of people go on Facebook and Instagram to share and share in these types of moments every day. Before the end of this episode, episode 8, we will explore how people connect around these moments on Facebook and Instagram and how brands can participate in and enhance these moments. The insights are based on a combination of Facebook internal data analysis and commission research. We will focus on moments that matter multiple times a day, and provide insights into consumption behavior and patterns across newsfeed, moments that matter every day, and provide insights into daily consumer attitudes and behaviors related to specific verticals, moments that matter once a year. Look at attracting large volumes of people conversing and interacting about the same things at the same time, for example, summer or the holiday shopping center. And then you have to consider moments that matter once in a lifetime or a few times in the lifetime. Some of these moments often signify a point of market entry, thoughtful purchase decisions, and lasting behavioral change, such as having a baby or moving. And that, the moving section, is what we're going to dive deep into today. People have always had these moments in their lives, but marketers never had the opportunity to take part until mobile. Mobile has given us the opportunity to capitalize on these very important, highly personal, and uniquely relevant moments. It has never been easier to find the right people or the right moments. In the time it takes us to take a breath, there are a million moments of mobile discovery happening on Facebook and Instagram. That's well over 20 trillion moments of mobile discovery each year. On the surface, some of these moments may feel ordinary, but dig deeper and they belie extraordinary insights. For example, take the moment experienced by many new parents. For instance, the up in the middle of the night when you're feeding or rocking your baby back to sleep moment. Through Facebook's research, they found that new parents in the US are active on Facebook in the wee hours, with their first mobile session of the day starting as early as 4 a.m. and peaking at 7 a.m. If that's the case of your target market, then I would suggest looking at day parting. That's where you run your ads from 4 a.m. to 7 a.m. And that's an option that you have. Facebook also found that new parents in the US index 1.4 times on mobile versus non-parents. With a baby in their arms and a phone in their hands, mobile is new parents' connection to the wider world and a medium that they can readily consume. Or take the moment when people discover a new TV show. Facebook found that for many people in the US, that moment of discovery is now happening online. This is especially true for millennials. 3 in 5 of them go online to discover a new TV show. What that means is they are no longer discovering entertainment content solely on the screens where they consume it. And Facebook is playing a part in that, with 2/3 of adults saying that they discover new TV shows on Facebook. Then there are seasonal moments like summer, which is about to, did we just drop out? Nope. If you could just give us a shout out that we're still here, that'd be great. Then there are seasonal moments like summer. Facebook's research found that people's #1 summer association is relaxation, yet they say their #1 goal for summer is to get into shape. Summer hashtags related to fitness on Instagram highlights people's motivation to exercise, eat clean, and make healthy choices. And that's a moment that marketers can tap into. As people unwind by taking advantage of the many activities that summer has to offer, expect to see the rise of relaxation. Relaxation, that's a new word. Relaxing through action. These are just a fraction of the moments that people are creating and consuming on a daily basis. And that's something that brands can use to inform strategic, creative, and media planning. So what does it mean for marketers? It means be personal. Thanks to mobile, people are connecting around millions of personal moments every day, from wedding announcements to birth announcements, from birthdays to beach days, and from training for a marathon to watching a TV marathon. By understanding more about moments that matter to people, brands can deliver highly creative, personally relevant experiences that matter more to their consumers. The next step is to be precise. Thanks also to mobile, people are creating and consuming many little moments in rapid-fire succession. To resonate and stand out among the multitude of moments, brands need to be precise in their messaging and targeting, delivering the right creative to the right person at the right moment, like bite-sized, image-heavy content that delights a new mum rocking her baby back to sleep in the middle of the night, or encourages millennials to go out or chill out in summer. Next is to be persistent. This is not a one-hit wonder. People are sharing and sharing in their own and each other's moments every day and everywhere, especially on mobile. As moments play out on the device that is omnipresent in people's lives, brands need to establish a persistent mobile strategy. By being personal, precise, and persistent, marketers can leverage these ordinary moments to make their brands extraordinary. Just takes strategy, planning, and then execution. So let's go a little bit deeper for you. Let's look at moments that matter, moving in and moving out. Find out what matters to people as they move and see how brands can help ease their transition and tap in at the right purchasing opportunity for your brand. For some, moving conjures logistical challenges, and I have a great slide to show you for this. So for some, moving conjures logistical challenges. For others, moving presents opportunities. It is a moment to build new routines, try new things, and make new friends. It is a moment to think about where you came from and consider where you are going. It is a moment to explore. In a study of people on Facebook moving within the United States, Facebook learned that people who move are more open to doing new things as they learn about their new surroundings. Facebook also learned that people go on Facebook when they move to stay connected with their former communities and connect with their new ones, talking about everything from, get this, bubble wrap and packing to their new address, and then finally renovations. In this way, Facebook now serves as people's change of address card. So let's look at people on the move. If you want to scroll in, make this video larger because I think this graphic is really interesting. Over 20 million people on Facebook in the US moved interstate in 2014. Of the people that moved, 16% of the population were aged 18 to 24 and 24% were aged 25 to 34. Check out how that number rises for young people. About 12% of people in the Asian American affinity cluster on Facebook moved to a new state last year, compared to 9% of people in the US Hispanic affinity cluster. On par with the general Facebook population, 10% of people in the African American affinity cluster moved to a new state last year. There's also a seasonality to moving, with the most number of people moving in March and April. Unlike older adults, millennials, that's 18 to 34, they move consistently throughout the year. There is no particular trend. Now I'm just going to pause there and see if that's let off any light bulbs for you as to your planning of ad content. While those comments come through, let's have a look at the next slide. Checking in and out a new city when people are in the process of moving, the move can be the only thing on their minds and their daily lives and media habits are often disrupted. But that doesn't mean that they necessarily go off the grid. With mobile, people are able to stay connected and share about their new surroundings. Around the time they move, people ages 18 plus check in on Facebook 16% more than they normally do. Men and people ages 55 plus help drive the increase with check-ins, which is really surprising. While mobile activity and non-video activities, sharing links, photos, posts, and notes remain stable, people post 24% less video, probably because they don't have the data, and connect to Facebook on desktop less. So they're creating images on their mobile phone rather than video or being on their desktop. Across the board, people who are in the process of moving talk about settling into their new cities and neighborhoods around 4 times more than they discuss those topics during the same time a year prior. People also talk about securing a new phone or a new phone number and new friends when moving. Also top of mind, real estate agents, moving day, a new address, installations, furniture, and housewarmings. All of those topics are really relevant. Packing can be the chore people associate most with moving, and many people discuss it on Facebook. From start packing to finish packing and last minute packing, people post about their packing activities and how much they dread or hate packing. Facebook also looked at what men and women of different ages talked about when they interacted about moving on Facebook. Women ages 18 to 34 discussed the housewarming, 1.9 times more than the same time a year prior. Men ages 18 to 34 mentioned installations 2.7 times more than the same time a year prior. Men and women ages 35 to 54 also care about installations and renovations. On the renovation side of things, men 55 plus that are on Facebook mention renovation 2.1 times more than the same time a year prior. So you've got those stats there. I think they're fascinating. One thing that I'm wanting to dig up, and those of you that are in the mortgage and real estate industry, how many of those people that are talking about moving city or state that are talking about all these indicators on Facebook, once they actually land in that new location, how long is it until they buy a home? That's something that we want to find out. I'd love to know if you have the stats already. Now, what does all of this mean to marketers? Moving signals a point of market entry for many marketers. It is an opportunity for people to try new things, switch brands and services, learn about their local neighborhoods, and start anew in many ways, including building trust and researching those that they want to develop relationships with, such as their loan officer or a real estate agent. In fact, people who move make moving-related purchases for up to 7 months around their move, 3.2 months before and 3.8 months after, and spend around $9,000 per household on goods, services, and financial products. People who move are more likely to switch brands for baby products, dishwashing detergent, household cleaner, and more likely to spend on home entertainment systems, kitchen appliances, laptops, smartphones, and digital cameras than people who have not moved. It is also more likely that a person who has just moved as compared to someone who has not just moved will purchase a car within 12 months of moving. Now, these are all moments that if someone's moved into your area as a loan officer or a real estate agent, that you want to tap into so that you can build trust even before they move to your local area. This is a huge opportunity. I'm going to come back to screen and just pause for a moment and see if you have any questions. It's a lot of moments to consume, a lot of data to consume, and I'll share the link in the comments below. So moving indicates not only a new life stage, but also a point of market entry. It's a period of significant financial investment with those who've moved buying new furniture and home goods, new homes, taking on installation and renovation projects, and entertaining friends and family in their new residence. Facebook is not only a place people share these life changes, it is also a place to update to a current address. Brands can use Facebook to complement their traditional media and direct mail efforts to spark trial around new products, start to build a local area brand and experience for new residences. That's the moments that matter for today. I'd love to know your thoughts on the moments that matter for your customers. In the meantime, before I go into WIFM, so what's in it for me, I'm going to invite our customer success team member at SocialSurvey to join us on screen. Welcome, Kay.
Hey guys, good job, Emma. So the success team would like to remind you guys to verify your accounts. Even though you may be sending surveys out to customers, if you haven't verified or even ever logged in, you may not be getting the best you can get out of SocialSurvey. So by logging into your account and verifying, you actually will be able to manage your contact information, connect to social media for auto posting, and even manually send surveys to previous clients. So that's always good. So let's try to get verified by 2019, guys.
Thank you so much, Kay. Well done.
You're welcome.
First time on the screen. Yay for Kay. Sorry, Kay. Okay, let's check back. Everyone have a drink of water so that we are ready to WIFM. And if you have questions, please put them in the comments. Okay, I have a whiteboard for you so that we can pull all this together, as in pulling our customer segmentation, our Facebook ad campaigns, and then the moments that matter all together for a multi-location brand. 1 second. And this is what I prepared earlier. There we go. Okay, so what's in it for me? As the brand marketing team for a multi-location brand, I'm going to walk you through this very quickly. And please leave a comment if you do have any questions. So let's think about, first of all, the customer persona. We shared something last week where the whole Facebook ad funnel starts with really understanding the customer persona. So let's put that aside for a moment and look at how you manage this from a strategic position, from brand, location, and then individuals. And then you can think about when you're creating the creative and the customer persona as to the moments that matter. So if you have your brand asset up here, so it's your brand Facebook and Instagram account. We have what we call 3 buckets of content. So we have bucket 1, blogs with a call to action. Bucket 2, user-generated content, which, funnily enough, SocialSurvey is brilliant at from a brand perspective. It will automatically share the reviews from your brand, from anyone in your brand, on your brand assets. And then bucket 3, collections of individual content at a location and individual level into stories at a brand level. Now, when you go back to the types of campaigns that you run for your brand as a whole, you have conversion campaigns, you have consideration campaigns, and you have awareness campaigns. So collections of individual content from your entire brand, they're great awareness campaigns. If you can take some of your SocialSurvey reviews from, again, across your entire brand and turn those reviews into great looking graphics and turn it into a carousel, again, that is great as a consideration campaign. Then you can use your blog educational style content with a strong call to action as a conversion campaign for your entire brand. Bear with me. Then you have your location assets. So at the beginning of the session, we talked about how to load all of your social assets on a location basis, which is great for search. On a location basis, again, Bucket 1 style content. So that's the blogs with a call to action, okay, at a location base. You've got your user-generated content, and again, SocialSurvey will share all of your location reviews on your social assets. Then you've got a collection of, bucket 3, you have a collection of individual content from that location to start building the trust in the community for what your people do and who they are and what they represent. And that's at a location level. Again, this is a conversion, a consideration, and an awareness campaign. Then at an individual social asset level, you have your individuals. And again, same format. Bucket 1 is your individuals can reshare the blogs that you've posted with a call to action, but add in their own comments to make it personalized. And that is a conversion method. Bucket 2, again, SocialSurvey will share happy customer reviews on the Facebook page at an individual level, just automatically. And then you can turn that into a consideration campaign. Lastly, and just make sure you can see this without it all falling over. There we go. Next, you have under individuals, you have the third bucket of content, which is the individual digital mayor style content. So that's really your local area loan officers, real estate agents, insurance agents, whoever is your frontline team, including your franchisees, who create personalized, authentic, local area content to go on their own pages, which in time you can collate and put that into the funnel up here. So that's how I would start mapping out the strategy to pull in your customer personas, all of the Facebook ad content you have to be distributed across all of your social assets, and then at the very top, consider your customer and the moments that matter for them. Please, if you do have any questions or comments, leave that in the section below. Let's have a look, make sure that we've covered everything. And I'm just going to wait a few moments to see if you have any questions. Yes, Erin, you did get a shout out. Hi, Erin. How did you get to this page? Tori, if you could just let me know, sorry I missed that question, if you could just let me know exactly what you're talking about. I think you're talking about the location, so maybe go back to the beginning of this and watch the start of it, and I will share exactly where the location section is on your Facebook Business Manager. Okay, Tori, if you're still watching, have a look here on Facebook Business Manager. There you go. Once you click on Business Manager, go across to Assets and then click on Business Locations, and that's where you can upload your business locations list or pull in and merge your business locations to your business pages. Hopefully that helps. Good morning, Chrissy. Bright morning to you too. Okay, that's it for us this week. Thank you so much for hanging with me for the last 35 minutes, and hopefully that makes it a little clearer for you when you're mapping out your strategy for 2019. We look forward to seeing you next week, and have a great one. Thanks, everyone. Bye.